Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ironworker Gaming channel. I am Ironworker814, and in this video we're going to be looking at a rather odd issue that I came across during damage testing Thorn while making my complete guide video on the weapon. If you haven't checked that one out yet, you might want to just to gain a little more clarity on what's going on in this video. But if you've been playing Destiny for some time, you may have noticed that in certain cases some weapons just don't seem to perform like you think they should. And in many cases, if you dig into these weapons a little bit and analyze them past their face value, you can usually find the source of any issue or discrepancy that may be perplexing you, because there are a whole lot of variables that can affect a weapon's performance. Like how the range stat doesn't always provide an accurate baseline as to when the gun is going to experience damage fall off, but it does play heavily into the weapon's overall accuracy and bullet magnetism. Or how each weapon has a whole set of hidden stats that are only accessible through third-party websites. And then some weapons even have hidden perks, like Skyburner's having no damage fall off because it is a projectile weapon, or Le Monarch being a lightweight frame bow even though visually you may assume it's a precision frame bow. Or the fact that Vigilance Wing actually is a high impact pulse rifle and was affected by the recent damage buff. Also, many of the damage numbers that you see in game flying off the enemy as you're landing shots are not the true value, because in many cases these numbers have decimals tagged onto them and are usually rounded up or down. Which brings us to the issue at hand. While damage testing Thorn, we found that while affected by the Soul Devourer buff, Thorn showed itself as doing 96 points of damage on a critical hit in total. In turn, doing 192 points of damage on 2 critical hits landed. So on a Guardian running 6 Resilience, which gives him a total health pool of 192, in theory, 2 buffed critical hits from Thorn should be lethal. This was not the case. But by Smelly Drifter dropping his Resilience down 1 tier to 5, giving him a total health pool of 191, 2 critical hits from Thorn did down him. So in this case, it's very easy to accredit this to either the bullet damage or the burn damage being rounded up ever so slightly. The real head scratcher for me though came along with another discrepancy that I found. When I was testing the base body shot damage on Agent Sparkles, Thorn would show 43 points of damage from the bullet and 4 ticks of burn damage at 2 damage apiece. So doing some extremely high level Ironworker math, 43 plus 8, I figure each shot should do 51 points of damage. So by landing 4 body shots with each bullet carrying that 51 points of damage, we should output 204 points of damage in total, which is more than enough to down any Guardian outright at any Resilience. But when I landed those 4 shots on Agent Sparkles, who was running 6 Resilience, she remained standing. So simple brained me goes meh, damage rounding again, and I left it at that. The Thorn guide releases, I watch the video on YouTube and give myself the ceremonial pat on the back by liking my own video, but when watching the PvP damage numbers play back, it didn't sit right with me. How could 204 points of damage round all the way down below 192? Even if you subtract half a point of damage from the bullet and half a point of damage from each damage tick, Thorn should still output 194 points of damage with 4 body shots landed, which still should be lethal. So could the numbers we're seeing on screen be rounding up from an even lower damage value? This wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, but I resummoned Agent Sparkles for further testing. Once again, we tested at 6 Resilience, 4 shots, still non-lethal. So we dropped her Resilience down to 5, which is 191 total hit points. 4 shots, non-lethal. Dropping her Resilience down to 4 for 190 total hit points. 4 shots, non-lethal. We'll keep going just to drive the point home. At tier 3, 189 total hit points. 4 shots, not lethal. At tier 2, 188 total hit points. 4 shots, non-lethal. All the way down at tier 1 Resilience, which is 187 hit points. 4 shots, non-lethal. It is not until Agent Sparkles drops her Resilience level to 0, where she is sitting at 186 hit points, that these 4 body shots from Thorn are lethal. So is there any way that this is possible due to some finagled form of number rounding? Well, maybe, and this is kind of a stretch, but if the bullet damage was actually 42.1, and every damage tick was actually doing 1.1 point of damage, that would total up to 46.5 points of damage per shot. Multiplied by 4 is 186 points of damage, the exact amount of health a 0 resilience guardian carries. So does this mean that any damage number carrying a decimal, even 0.1, rounds up in Destiny's code? Maybe. Do I personally think that's what's going on here? No, not really. I may be wrong, maybe all decimals do round up inherently in Destiny. But this, to me, feels more like Bungie specifically tuning Thorn to make sure it doesn't step out of line and overpower every other hand cannon in Destiny 2. But anyway, I just thought I'd share this piece of research with you since I really could not find any solid information pertaining to this anywhere else on the internet. So, in my complete guide on Thorn, when I said it could drop low resilience guardians with 4 body shots, I was incorrect, because I really can't in good conscience consider 0 resilience low resilience. And with that, if you found this video useful, helpful, or enjoyable, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the Ironworker Gaming channel. And thank you for spending a piece of your day checking out this video. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you on the next one.